Hello everyone and welcome to the channel Say What's Real TV, and this review is for American Gigolo Season 1 Episode 2. So we open up the scene exactly where we left off in the first episode. We have Isabel and Julian. She is still in there grudge fucking him, slapping him around, cursing him out, talking to him any kind of way, being disrespectful. She jamming her coochie all in his face, jamming his face all in her coochie. Just off the chain. We need to know what's wrong with Isabel. We know that she had a crush on him and all that. So we go and have this flashback. The flashback is when Julian was 18, had just turned 18. Olga gave Julian this birthday party for his 18th birthday at the Sex Palace. That's what I'm going to call it. Everyone was there. You had the young Lorenzo, all the people she invited. You had titties out, dicks were swinging, some of everything. We had young Isabel and 18-year-old Julian sitting at the table playing the game of Operation. Olga comes and tells Julian that she has a special birthday present for him, and she takes him back in the house. So they leave Isabel there at the table. Isabel made Julian a little birthday card, so I guess she was going to go inside the house and give Julian the card. But when she gets in the house, she starts going up the steps, and Olga is in the bedroom with Julian. She has him in the bed with some girl, coaching him on how to make love to the girl, giving him instructions on what to do, what to kiss, where to kiss, and how to do it, making him into the American Gigolo. But we then pan back to Isabel coming up the steps. She sees all of this as a young girl. I would really like to know, where are Isabel's parents? She is Olga's niece. So where are the parents? Why is this little girl between the age of 7 and 8 being exposed to all of this fool-la-la? She is sex everywhere, nudity everywhere, and it's just like as if it's okay. Where are the parents? This little girl, and then we see why she's so damn crazy. Isabel's flashback ends. We're back in the bedroom where she's being super aggressive with Julian, with all that growling and acting crazy. He slings her off of him and puts his clothes on. He goes outside, and Olga is in a car. Someone put Olga in the car, and all of a sudden he sees her and calls out her name, and the car speeds off. So Lorenzo comes running his ass up out the house, trying to chase Julian down like, hold up, champ, hold up. Let's go back in the house and get a drinky drink. Me and Julian looked at him like, a drinky drink? Like, all I want to know, why the fuck you ain't tell me Olga was sick? He like, oh, Lorenzo like, oh, you know how this go. Isabel told me not to tell you. Julian like, what the fuck does that mean? Lorenzo is like, oh, you know, she's the boss now, so if she tell me not to tell, then I don't tell. Julian looked at him like he was goddamn crazy and walked the hell off. So we're 10 minutes into the episode, and this is, for me, where it gets a little crazy and confusing and not making sense. So Lorenzo gave Julian a ride to the Sex Palace. That's what I'm going to call it, the Sex Palace. And Julian walks off, and I'm quite sure that the Sex Palace is nowhere near where Julian needs to be. So I guess he's going to be walking for 40 days and 40 nights because you need a ride. And this scene is just like mind-boggling. We see Detective Sunday sitting on the side of the road on the phone, running license plates. Julian just happens to be walking in the dark. He walks past her car. She talking to him, driving on the side of him, talking to him about Olga, and don't he want to know the truth and why he think this and why he think that. And Julian tells her to leave it alone. He keeps walking, and then he just keeps walking in the dark. I don't know. I don't know why Detective Sunday was even on the side of the road. It didn't make any sense. So Julian walked off from Detective Sunday into the night. He started having all these flashbacks about his past once again. Next thing we know, the goddamn sun is up. So Julian has literally been walking on the goddamn beach all damn night. So then we head over to Michelle's house where she is on the phone trying to contact Colin. She's calling, leaving all kind of messages. She's frantic. She's having an anxiety attack. Mind you, Colin and Elizabeth, his teacher, they ran off with each other. Elizabeth was supposed to sign an NDA last week and leave the state. And Elizabeth is also married, but, you know, of course, apparently she don't give a damn. So Michelle's still calling, and, you know, Colin ain't paying her ass no attention. After getting no answer from Colin, Michelle over there having some kind of goddamn panic attack, so she looking for some kind of pills. I don't know what kind of damn pills she looking for. She's shaking every damn bottle that she can find. Here comes Stratton, strutting his ass in there all casually, nice and slow, goes to his side of the damn vanity, top drawer, pulls out a pill bottle, shake it in her goddamn face and say, "Oh, you looking for these?" And put the pill bottle in his pocket. Unbelievable. So Michelle and Stratton have a conversation. She's still panicking. She tells him he should have never sent McGregor to go look for Colin and Elizabeth, because she knows what he does. Now, Michelle, if you tell us one more time that you know what McGregor does, but don't tell us what the hell McGregor does, I'm going to get pissed off. Like, girl, what the hell did he do? Let us know. Then she tells Stratton, "Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit." Like, girl, we want to know what McGregor did before. You keep hollering that. Like, we want to know. Stratton told Michelle to stop calling him names. And he told her that she needs to trust him. And she said, she asked him, will Colin and Elizabeth be okay since McGregor is out there on the hunt? And he told her, yes, they will. Now, looking at Stratton, we know he looked her dead in her eyes and told a goddamn lie. Stratton takes the pill bottle out of his pocket. He gives Michelle a pill, and then he also takes a pill. That whole shit was dramatic as hell, the way they plopped them damn pills in their mouth. But anyway, can we find out what kind of pills they taking? Because the shit getting weird. Child, then we get Colin and Elizabeth. They done went to some old rundown motel. Raggedy as hell. They done went inside, and then the camera pans down to the parking lot, and who do we see? It's McGregor's creepy ass. Ooh, child. Then he calls one of the other little Stratton guys, I don't know what his name is, and tell him he has eyes on the two of them. And the guy tells him, send me the address and hold off and wait till I get there. I'll handle it. Detective Sunday tries to go talk to Finnegan once again to get more clarity on what he was talking about. I don't know why. The man was barely talking as it is. But anyway, she goes back, but it's too late. He's dead. He's gone. They're wheeling his body out. Yeah, he's gone. We meet back up with Julian. This man is still walking, y'all. He is still walking. He also has a little furry friend with him, following him around, tagging along. We'll call him Rufus 2.0 in memory of the original Rufus from the beach. So then Julian stops in one of these stores that looks like they sell really expensive suits. I think maybe before he went to jail, that's probably where he used to shop and buy his suits, because, you know, Olga kept him in the finest thread. So it's probably somewhere where he was able to go in and buy his clothes before. So then he gets into one of these damn flashbacks that has something to do with Michelle again. And some little bullshit where she pretending she got a friend named Claire that she want to hire for Claire to be with him. I'm like, girl, you probably Claire. Shut the hell up. So we get this weird scene where I guess Detective Sunday with her meddling ass ran those plates or whatever and got Olga's actual address. Now, I'm confused because I thought Olga lived in the Sex Palace, that nice big old mansion over there with her niece. No, Olga has her own house, Little House on the Prairie house with a guy named Guy, spelled G-U-Y, Guy. Why is Detective Sunday over there? Why is she over there? She is so annoying. The lady is becoming quite annoying. So Detective Joan Sunday tells Guy that she would like to speak with Olga. Guy tells her it's not possible because she's incapacitated right now. She has trouble speaking. Of course, Detective Sunday does not believe him. She threatens him with a search warrant and that they're going to tear the house up if they have to come back in there. Guy didn't give a damn about that. He was like, oh, it's impossible, and hauled ass back into the house. Olga yells for Guy to come into the room. He comes in there. She mumbles something about the police and that it's time. We don't know what it's time for. I wish they would have told us what it was time for. Guy told her he'll take care of it. I noticed that his accent, his little French accent, was gone when he told her that, but it is what it is. So, like I said before, Julian has been walking for 40 days and 40 nights. Julian has not taken a bath. Julian has not eaten a goddamn thing. He has not pissed, shitted, nothing. We ain't seen Julian do a goddamn thing but stand in front of a goddamn designer suit store and reminisce about Michelle. That's all we seen. But he been walking ever since he left the Sex Palace. That's all he been doing this whole episode. Nothing but walking. Then we see Rufus 2.0. He's standing at attention in front of this rundown motel, or I don't know if it's an apartment complex, but there's for rent signs in the window. So Julian walks up and I guess sees the dog looking at the sign, and I guess the dog talking to him in his own language, letting him know, look, there goes somewhere for you to stay. So the landlord comes out, sees Julian looking at the for rent sign, start asking him like 101 questions. Ask him, did he have a job? Julian said no. She told him, you can't pay me rent if you don't have a job, so come back when you get a job. So Julian does not have a cell phone, so he continues to keep walking, and I guess he had thought to, let me go find Bo, the guy that I used to be in jail with, because I know he hangs over here. He meets up with Bo, almost got his ass beat up, but Bo lets him over. They go to chit chat. He gets over there to Bo and try to get all prideful and shit. Oh, I don't need no handout and all that. What you went over there for, Julian? You needed help. Why would you go and say you're not looking for a handout? Tell the man what you need and stop playing these games. So he asked the guy, can he get him a job? And the guy had connections somewhere, so he was able to help him out. Detective Sunday goes to see one of the judges to get the search warrant papers for Olga's house. The judge was a little hesitant at first, but by the end of the conversation, she looked as if she would give her the search warrant. We get Julian with more flashbacks as he stops in front of a restaurant I guess him and Michelle used to frequent a lot. And he's sitting there reminiscing about their times in there instead of him taking his ass in there and getting something to eat, because we know he been walking all goddamn night. I know his ass hungry. We get a scene with Michelle. She goes to see Elizabeth's husband. He's a track coach somewhere. She goes to try to talk to him. He's standing there acting like she's not there. She's asking him to talk to him, try to get some information out of him. He tells her that the lawyer told him not to say anything to them. To my surprise, I was shocked that her husband was black. As the old saying goes, once you go black, you never go back. I guess that shit didn't work on Elizabeth's ass. We go over to the little raggedy motel where Colin and Elizabeth are, And he's sitting in the bed, they're in the bed talking, and he's over there polishing her nails, her toes. We get a close-up of Elizabeth, and I felt like they lied to us. They told us that Colin was messing with a 32-year-old teacher. When we saw Elizabeth close up, Elizabeth looked like she was damn near 60. So I guess Julian got the job right on the spot. They got him in the kitchen working. He's taking the trash out, and when he comes out, some chick outside got Rufus 2.0 on a leash, taking him away. Julian is like, "Is that your dog?" She said, "Of course it's my dog. Did you feed my dog? Don't feed my dog and leave us alone." Girl, your dog followed Julian. Julian wasn't looking for your dog. And how you know where the dog was at? That shit didn't even make no damn sense. Julian goes back to where the apartments are for rent, and he shows the lady paperwork that he has a job. She gets back to all her 101 questions and interrogating him. She's trying to play hardball, but then she kind of softens up a little bit. She lets him have the place, but still asking 31,000 questions. She tells him the lady that used to stay there was a friend of hers, nice and quiet, but she died in the bathroom. Julia looked like, oh, hell. She said, "If you want to keep anything in here, you can have it." Julian told me something. "I'll be more than happy to get some of this shit up out of here." Then she told him she'll take some off the rent if he does, clean the place up a little bit. And told his ass to stop calling her ma'am because she don't like that. But hell, we still don't even know what her name is. We see Guy, spelled Guy, at a school called Glen Hewitt. He's walking with a tour group. They're talking. He veers off, goes in one of the rooms and steals some files. Comes back out. He does not get caught, but someone does come in passing, but they don't catch him. I don't know what happened, and that was another confusing what's going on here moment. So the landlord is reading the newspaper, and she sees Julian on the front page saying that he has been exonerated for a male escort. She comes up with some little cockamamie excuse about the trash on the street so that she can act like she had something to say. Then she eases that little article crap in there and told him that he can't be selling his business up in her building. He told her twice that he doesn't do that anymore, and that was a long time ago. And she looking at him like, yeah, right. So he tries to give her some kind of possessions that were in the house, that pictures and stuff of her included in the box. And she, I guess, got emotional about it and then just walked off. We've been walking with Julian for 40 days and 40 nights. And all of a sudden today, we see the damn drop top convertible. When did it appear? When did he go get it? Where did he get it from? Because we didn't see him do none of that. But anyway, when Julian comes around the corner, we see Guy putting the file, I guess, that he stole from out of the school inside of Julian's car. Julian is like, "Hey." Guy turns around, sees him, and runs to his motorcycle and takes off. Julian goes and opens the file that was in the car, and it is a file on someone named Lisa Beck. I guess Detective Sunday is supposed to be the comedic relief in this entire series, because every single scene she's in, she got some kind of smart-ass comment to make towards somebody. And we get this unnecessary scene with her in the gym and having this back and forth conversation with the receptionist about some goddamn Wi-Fi. I didn't understand the scene. I'm confused. But then she gets a text message saying that her search warrant got approved. So she's good to go with that. So the landlord is getting ready to go out. She's all dressed up. Julian sees her, tells her she looks nice. He convinces her that he's cooking and she should stay and have something to eat instead of going out on an empty stomach. She agrees. They sit down, they smoke a joint, and just have a little conversation. I did find it interesting that she asked him about sleeping with men, and Julian told her that he only slept with women, and she was like, oh, I thought you would make more money with men, and he said, that's not my bag. Then he goes to say how some of the women are, how some are lonely, some are angry. But I noticed when he said that part, he kind of looked her way. I thought that was funny. So I wonder if they'll probably end up sleeping together in a little while. Not as far as a couple, but just a little rendezvous in the hay real quick. The landlord asks Julian, has he ever been in love before? And I'm not sure if he answers because they pan to later on when he's inside of the apartment. He's flipping through the Lisa Beck file that Guy put in his car. He starts reminiscing about Michelle and Lisa, and he flips the file over and there's a phone number on there. Then we pan over to Olga's house, and Detective Sunday is bamming on the door. Open up, open up. This is the police. The door just so happens to be open. She goes inside. Julian starts calling the phone number on the back. While Detective Sunday is inside Olga's house, the phone starts ringing, which we know is Julian calling the number. But I don't think he knows what number he's calling. So as Detective Sunday is going around the house, it's trash. Someone's been in there and tore up everything. She goes in the kitchen. There's a pot on the stove still cooking, boiling over. We look on the floor. There's Guy lying there dead. Phone still ringing. I'm like, oh, Lord, Julian, hang up, hang up. Detective Sunday goes in the bedroom. Olga's in the bed. She's dead to the bed. Julian gets the voicemail, and it's Guy on the voicemail saying, this is Olga, leave your name and number. And he hangs up. Ooh, there's so many questions. Who killed Olga and Guy? Who is Lisa Beck? Where is Lisa Beck? What happened to her? Why is it so important that Julian gets the file on Lisa Beck? Ooh, we got questions. Until next week, thanks for watching. Peace.